it is apparently time to wrap our presents. Well, maybe we should have done it yesterday. This is what they look like all round town. So this is a picture from Agotapop's December Tinies on Shelves. And if we come in closer, you can have a look and see that it is a big stack of presents with a sort of some bunting decorations behind. So rather sweet picture. We're using Derwent Chromaflow for this series. I'm going to just start with these Christmas trees. Because they're in the background, I think I'll make them quite dark. I think that might work quite well. Just having a look at my colours. The dark greens are really quite... Let's try the obsidian green. It really is very dark, but I'm going to sort of put it down lightly, if that makes any sense. See what happens. And because these just look like they're cut out of paper, I'm not going to worry too much about doing shadow and things. I'm just going to block it in like it's a green piece of paper. It is quite dark. I might go over it with the slightly lighter green after. We'll see how it looks once it's finished. We've got the sort of stars and a bit of ribbon as well. That's quite the stack of gifts, isn't it? I always used to feel like I had such a big stack. I think what my mum used to do was she would get a lot of cheaper things, so we had lots to open. My sister does the same thing for her kids. I don't tend to do that. I tend to get more expensive practical gifts. Maybe I'm boring, but when the boys were younger, maybe they had a few more things. I did notice yesterday when I was editing, I'd forgotten this picture above here. I've forgotten I haven't finished. So this one here, look, it's got little dots around the pot, and I haven't done them. Actually, should we just do them now? I think they should be done in the green colour metallic pen that I used for the bow. Oops, I'm just trying to grab it, which is number 529. So I'm sorry I forgot that one. It's very like me to forget a little bit. You may have picked your own colour. Red would do nice, even gold, anything really. But I'm just doing it because I've got some here on this one, but I might do those differently. I don't know, what a different colour. So there's that, sorry. But here's this, just in case you sort of went, oh, I don't know what colour to do it, you know. Now, on top of the Christmas tree colour, the dark, I am going to put a little bit of jungle green. It's one I know I use it a lot. It is a favourite. There we go. And then just pop just a lightish layer, not too much because I still want it to look dark. And hopefully the dark will show through a little bit and give us a sort of mix, really. Not sure what to do with those stars. Whether to... I think I just want one colour because, as I said, it is just a decoration rather than a sort of light or anything like that. There we go. It's getting close to Christmas when this video goes out anyway. I hope everyone's got themselves ready, whatever you might be doing. I am going to use the sun yellow for the stars. Just keep them really bright and yellow. I might actually do a bit of gift wrapping myself this afternoon. Although it's only the 5th December, but you know me, I like to stay in advance of things, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have many more days when I'm home alone this afternoon. I'm not home alone now, but later. This is Scarlet. My son's home revising. I'm just going to sharpen this because it's a really fine piece of ribbon, isn't it? You could do it in a pen, but anyway, I can do it in pencil. Yeah, he's got a Microsoft Word exam coming up at about an hour and a half's time, so he's sort of revising, prepping for that, and then he'll be off to uni after that, and then I'll have a bit of time this afternoon to myself. So that's when I thought might be a good idea to get it done, because I know he's got a few cancelled lectures next week. I don't think his brother does, but I was thinking get a bit done while they're not here. I mean, they're old enough for me to say, look, I'm doing this, don't come in, but it's also nice to get one of those jobs ticked off. There we go. Now, present time. Let's have a look. It's quite a big one up here. I'm thinking a big mix of different wrapping papers is probably the way to go, like we did yesterday, rather than theming it, which doesn't look very natural in the sense, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to pick a blue, I think, for this one. The blue orchid is very pretty. Let's grab that one. I'm going to use this for the paper. Just keep it really plain and simple on this one. And do a sort of darker bow. I haven't decided quite what yet. My mum always says she likes presents when they're all wrapped the same. She thinks it looks really nice under the Christmas tree if everything's the same colour, same paper. But I actually like a big mix. But what I do like doing as well is wrapping things early and then putting them out under the tree or whatever, and then you can enjoy the wrapping paper and how the present looks. If you know, I try and make them look pretty, and it's you know, you get a bit of time to enjoy it rather than just having it on the day, grabbing it out of the bag and ripping it straight open without even really looking at the paper, which I think we all do. Now, blue orchid, yeah, the lapis blue is a really nice darker tone. I think these quite like the Polychromos ultramarine and light ultramarine. So yeah, I think it's nice to have some time to enjoy them. I haven't got that much to wrap really. But I need to remember to put some Christmas music on when I'm wrapping. I sometimes forget. It gets you in the mood, doesn't it? I just remember I need to go and drink my coffee. It's getting cold next door. Oh, I am back now. I did have my coffee, but I also checked my son had got to class, which I was sure he had really, but just wanted to be absolutely sure. You know how it is. So we're going to do this parcel here now. I am thinking, let's go for the amethyst. Is that the amethyst? Yeah, for the paper. Oh, did we do that over there? I think we did an amethyst parcel yesterday. Maybe not. Maybe it's a bit mauve. Never mind. There's quite a lot of different colours, so they'll be the same sorts of colours, I expect, that we used. So I hope everyone's good. What have I got to talk about today? Yeah, my son's having his exam. My other one's just, got to uni. He's there all day. Yeah, husband got off to work. He kept saying, I've got to go. And then he started talking to me about something. I was like, oh. He just so needed to tell me something about VMware. And something. Oh, there's my letterbox. I might go and have a nosy. I'm sure it's nothing exciting. Yes, how right I was. It was a letter for my son, which actually will be useful. I asked the hospital if they can start sending his appointment letters by post as well as messaging him with them, because he forgets to tell me. I'm going to use the dewberry for the ribbon. Whoops. Someone took her off. There we go. So I think that's what it is, because I did change his appointment because it clashed with a class. we'll see. It might be a summary of his previous appointment. They sometimes send that as well. I'm just colouring this in very flat and plain, as you can see, and then I'm going to sharpen it, oops, and do a few details. Like that. So I'm just making, oops, some areas a bit darker. Apparently pressing too hard. There we go. Gives it a little bit more depth to our ribbon. Now we've got a little stripy guy here. See, it's tempting to think, well, let's match it up and do a pink that matches these colours, but why would you match your stack of gifts? Would you? I don't think you would. Maybe you would. I wouldn't. So let's grab a cardinal red. Here it is, for one of the stripes. Oh, it's very early for our post to come. Husband is expecting a parcel, but it wasn't that. But I assumed his parcel was coming with Royal Mail because he asked me what time they normally come. But I guess if it's big, it might come in a van with a different postie. Right, what we're going to put with this cardinal red, I think the deep vermilion. This is a very odd colour, I have to say, to be called deep vermilion. For me, a deep vermilion is either a really dark orange or dark red. It does depend on the set. But this one, I can't describe that colour. It's a sort of browny reddy orange but light. But I think it just about works. There we go. We'll come back at the end if I remember and put a few shadows in around our ribbons and things, but I think it's easier to do all the main bulk of it first. We're going to move to this one. There's a great big area of wrapping paper on this one. We're going to go pink. Let's go with the Mardi Gras. Here we go. This is sort of purpley pink. I'm just going to sharpen up. You could, if you like, to match your paper all up. Oh, it's really similar, doesn't it? Or you could, you know, do it all pinks or purples, or do all the paper the same and all the ribbons the same. There are so many different ways of approaching a page like this. This is just one way. So it's entirely up to you what you prefer, really. You can try and do metallic paper, you can try and do tissue paper, plain paper, you can add some patterns onto the paper. You know, what I like about Agotapop's drawings is that they are fairly simplistic, not in a childish way, but because they're quite small, if she put lots and lots of detail in, I think it would be very difficult. So I think she gets it just right, which is nice. And she has a cutesy style, which I really enjoy as well. There we go. So just blocking it in, really trying to keep it as even as I can. Not getting too worried about it because I know it's not my forte, getting it really even. So I'm just going with the flow, enjoying the process. Really, that is what colouring should be about. Enjoying. I'm in two minds really whether to, well, I'm not. I was thinking, you know, I could cut these out and make them into gift tags. I've already done my Christmas cards, but actually I've got loads of old Christmas cards that I need to use as gift tags, that I cut up, you know, cut up old cards and make them into gift tags. I'm going to put in that dot there. So I need to use those really. I've got so many. So I would be doing that. Yeah, it'd be fun. I've got quite a few different wrapping papers. Trying to match the card to the paper is always the hardest bit. You know, it's much easier if you just have a bag of plain cards like gold or silver or whatever. You can just easily match them. But because I have just a big mishmash of different things, I'm choosing my next colour. What goes with this? Maybe the wild berry will be dark enough to work. I'll give it a go. Give it a go. I'm going to fade it a bit. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to because it will go too light. It will just it's disappearing a bit into the paper as it is. I might put a bit of a darker colour on top just to help it to show up a bit. Yeah, so what I do with old Christmas cards is turn them into gift tags. And if you've got plain paper, it works really well. Say if you use craft paper, just say plain brown, or if you use, I'm just looking for the dusky purple, here it is. I'm not going to press too hard. I don't want it really dark, but I'm just going to go, oh, my sun's just come down, hang on. Sorry. I was just seeing if he was okay, and he was fine. So, yeah, so trying to find the right card to match the paper is quite tricky. I have actually bought some paper this year that I actually had a couple of gift tags that matched really well. I'm going to go over this with this colour, but so lightly. Yeah, I had these gift tags that matched this card that I'd cut up, which matched really well, but I've got a whole roll of the paper and only 2 of the gift tags, so I'll have to try something else. Right, here, I think we could go green here. Let's go, yeah, I was thinking key lime for the spots. Oh. Key lime. I was thinking I had my page was wonky then, and it is a bit. There, that's better. I wasn't sure if it was the box that was drawn wonky or the page, but it's definitely the page. Sometimes I find it easy doing the spots first. If you burnish them quite hard, then when you colour around them, it shouldn't interfere in there. And I'm going to go for the grass green for the rest of it. I remember helping my mum wrap presents when I was little. When I was really little, she didn't let me. She used to tell me that all the presents got sent to Father Christmas and he wrapped them up. But as I got older, she would let me help her. Obviously not my own presents, but presents for family members, and I used to love it. I still do like wrapping presents. And I used to help my dad wrap her presents too. He was never very confident at doing it. He always bought the most expensive special paper, and you know, wanted to make it look all nice. And I would wrap it and he would write the gift tag and stick it on. So that was always nice. But these days I guess he has to do it on his own. I used to also go with him to choose the paper, I remember, into town. I want to do some more red. Maybe a darker red. Yeah, let's go for the sangria. I can do this stripe. Actually, if I do the stripy one red, that stripy one's red, that's going to be a bit weird. Let's do this one red. Yeah, we used to go into Clinton's in the shopping centre, and he would pick a pack of, you know, a couple of sheets of paper with matching gift tag, and then maybe buy a little bow to stick on it or something like that. But I don't know whether he does that now, because he doesn't go out on his own very often, I don't think. They don't, neither of my parents, they go together. It concerns me a little bit that they never go out on their own anymore, because I wonder, well, my dad does actually, when he goes to see his friends or goes to play badminton, he'll sometimes go out on his bike or he'd drive. My mum rarely goes out on her own, and as I say, it worries me a bit because, you know, they're not both, this is Shiraz, it sounds a bit depressing, but at some point one of them's going to be on their own and they'll need to start doing things on their own. But I don't know. It's interesting though, because my husband's the same in a way. He'll say, oh, can we go, we're going out. Like, are we going out? We are we? You know, it's always the expectation, Lemon, that I will be with him. He would never just pop into town. He'll go to the supermarket on his way home from work in the car, but he would never just walk up there on his own or walk into town to a shop or anything on his own. He would always think that I was going to go. I mean, I like going out because it's good exercise for me. I am going to put the sunflower with that. That was the lemon. But, you know, he wouldn't just think of just going, which is interesting. Maybe it's a man thing. I don't know, because my mum always used to go out shopping on her own when I was younger. I think she has a bit of a confidence issue with walking. Perhaps they both do. Now, our last present, what colour? Have we got out all the colours? We haven't got brown. I don't think I want brown. We haven't got the sort of, that sort of pink. We've got yellow, orange, red, pinks, purples, blues, green. Yeah, it's browns and greys we haven't got. We could do, let's go brown sugar is a rather pleasant browny colour. Let's use that. I think it would work as a wrap, gift wrap. Yeah. But yeah, I'm always popping out on my own. Even if he's here, I'll often just go out on my own, because he isn't always up for coming. Like this morning, I don't know, is it all men that take so long at stuff? He's like, oh, I've got to write Christmas cards. I'll probably spend the whole weekend writing Christmas cards. He's got about 20 to write. A whole weekend. And I said, well, the most important ones you need to do are these two family ones, you know, your dad and your brother. No, because he said, I've done the most important ones. I was like, no, you haven't. This is redwood. It's like, you've got to do your dad and your brother. They're the most important. But I usually end up doing them anyway. I don't mind. I don't mind writing cards at all. I've done all mine. But, although we haven't done any for the children, but I don't think they were bothered. I just feel it's a bit weird sending a card to someone in your house. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But, we tend to exchange them anyway. So I'm going to use the coffee bean for my shadows. So I'm just doing little line shadows, I think. Just around the ribbons. Yes, I think it's a little bit strange wishing someone in your house a happy Christmas, but by card, but yeah, as I say, maybe that's just me. I did make a card, but then I bought one as well, which was nicer, so I've got him one. So, but yeah, I like sending cards and sharing a bit of news and wishing people a Merry Christmas. It's nice. I think we don't really write to people enough these days, but it's a sort of thing that's dying out, isn't it? But sadly, I mean, people say, oh well, email's replacing it, but it isn't, is it? We just don't do it. You know, when I was at university, I used to regularly write to my aunt and her back to me, and it was really lovely to get a letter. You know, when you're living on your own, away from home, to get a letter, it was lovely. But we don't do it anymore. You know, I don't need it in the way that I did then. It was just so nice getting post. I do it for my nieces though. I'm just going over a few areas where either I've missed or I've made it too faint. Right, what I'm going to do now is to outline some of it in my metallic pens. So I did feel like I wanted to do our stars in gold, but then that would mean I'd have to do the Christmas trees in green, then the ribbon in red, and then we'd end up doing that ribbon in red. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight in for the blue bow on our present. I'm just going to outline the blue bow, and I think I'm just going to outline all the bows with a bit of metallic. There we go. Now a pink. Ooh. Now I'm not specifically showing you which pens I'm using, but I'm sort of assuming that everyone's got really different pens. And you just pick. If you don't have many different colours, just do them in silver or gold. I think the bows depends on the colour, to be honest. I can do that one in that colour, I'm not sure. Could do with this sort of weird browny red colour. Is it that one? Yeah, this is a sort of burgundy colour I'm going to use for this bow. In fact, I might do this bow and the one next to it the same. If it's a warm colour, I'd use a gold, and if it's a cold colour, I'd use a silver. So for this one I'm doing now, I would use a gold, and this one. But for that one and that one, I'd use silver, and this one, which I'm actually going to use as pink again. This one. Silent concentration. I find this so hard. Right. What I think I would do to brighten my decorations that are in the background is use this glitter pen. Just do a layer of glitter pen, but I do need to decide first what colour I'm doing these dots in the background. I think I might do them in just a gold. I'm going to use this one though. This is sort of slightly more orangey colour. Why not? Just sort of warm colour. There we go. And then my glitter over the whole of this decoration, so I'll try not to put my arm in the metallic pen. Now the joy of this pen is that it shows through what you've done. So if you've done any fancy shading, which I obviously haven't, or anything like that, or you really like the colour, it shows through, but you still get the lovely glitteriness, which is really good. And I think there are definitely other brands of pen that have a similar pen like this. I know actually if you buy the set of Castle gel pens, you get one of these in it. I used it up so quickly. These last longer, but they're a lot more expensive. Okay, but you can buy these open stock on their own, so that's rather good. So let me show you. One thing I haven't done is, oh, I did a shadow under the box. There we go. Yeah, I think that's done. That was fun. Oh, we've got a really pretty picture tomorrow. Lovely. Anyway, that's us done for today. Let's concentrate on today first. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.